Hello everybody, Sinesk111 here, and welcome back to more Civilization VII as Isabella. We have founded our first distant land settlement for the current game, and right near another natural wonder on top of that. So that means yields from natural wonder tiles will be increased, as per Isabella's leader ability. But I'm more interested in all this good stuff right down here. Lots of cocoa resources to bring back home, but that's assuming that the pirates don't get to it first. Oh well, if they do, I'll just have to go to war with them. And I'm not sure if I'll be denouncing them beforehand to get our relationship down to hostile or not, but we'll see how desperate I end up getting. Gonna do authority for my next civic in the meantime. And feudalism's complete, and I may want to consider exploring all this land up here with, I'm not able to train any naval units in Valladolid just yet. In fact, I could. Let me go ahead and get a fishing quay and a harbor down here. I think the harbor's the one that gets me the ability to train naval units. But I put in a fishing quay too, because I do see an opportunity for many fishing quays around Valladolid. Okay, it's looking like a narrow strip of land so far. Is it connected in any way to the continental distant lands? Yes, we get it. You are an active volcano. I may want to move my Terrico away from that volcano if it keeps erupting like that. Okay, so it doesn't look like it's connected to the main continental part of the distant lands. Okay, it's just another little island chain that I could have the option of settling in just to get a little bump to the civilization ability Spain has, but whoa. Oh, Simon Bolivar. Simon Bolivar. You really had to do that. Oh, you in an alliance with someone? Oh, no. And that means, assuming that Hatshepsut is going to honor our alliance, then she's going to be pulled into this too. And she's friendly with Simon Bolivar at the time. So that is going to kind of be a little stressful for her, but she's actually deciding to honor our alliance, so that's good. Fakatafenga has been converted to Sikhism, but I'm just a turn away from completing my temple in Athens. So that seems okay. I'll be able to convert both of these settlements into whatever religion I choose. Probably Catholicism, if it's available. Okay, it's looking like that's the end of the island chain up here. Or there could be some more land right above here. It is looking like it. Yep, there is. Okay, I'm gonna have to do something about Bolivar potentially invading my country. Guild Hall I will go ahead and do to overbuild the library. It is going to provide some additional gold per turn, so that's great. And Catholicism is not available. Crap. It looks like Orthodoxy is the last remaining division of Christianity, so I will be going for that. Okay, what belief should I choose? Not expecting to see any holy cities. All that much. I think apostolism should be a good one, because it will give us 2 relics for conversion of settlements with wonders from other civilizations. Feed the world sounds a bit tempting, but I've got at least 20 population in most of my settlements, excluding Mycenae, Argos, and Valladolid. I gotta choose all that again. I think I'm gonna go for Feed the World, if I want to get my population up. Alright, let's go ahead and get some missionaries down. And this is the only one I can purchase at the moment. I think it would be a good idea to keep my army commander here in case I were to be invaded by Simon Bolivar for any reason.
I have collected.
War again? Napoleon Revolutionary has declared war on Ada Lovelace. And meanwhile, Saida al-Hurra has declared war on Ada Lovelace as well. That's not really of my concern, given that I just met her in the last part. Gonna do inspiration. And we already got a treasure convoy in Valladolid. My only question is, can it survive long enough to reach the homelands? I sure hope it does. Want my missionary to go down to Mycenae first and foremost. Oh, look at that. Another coastal edifice. What's it say? A seaside structure holds a great meeting room of all the nearby clans. Here, they decide conflicts through long debate and careful persuasion. Seeking to understand their rhetoric will cause this unit to take 50 damage, but it will give us 200 culture. Leaving the coast will give us 100 science. I'm getting close to completing heraldry. I don't think it's going to take all that much science to complete it, but I still want to work my way quickly towards shipbuilding so my units can safely travel ocean tiles. So I'm going to leave the coast.
Yes.
Okay, that turned out to be the right choice. That means heraldry is completed. Mycenae has also been converted to Sikhism. That means I'm going to have to spend another charge on an urban tile to get it fully converted. Okay. That also means the missionary I have is only going to have 1 charge left. I'll get charters in. I'm thinking that since Knossos has not been converted into a religion yet, I'd want to get my missionary up here to have it be converted into Orthodoxy. And it looks like that's about as far north as my cog can travel, unless I want it to be damaged from the high seas. In fact, all things considered, I may want to get my treasure convoy back down to these coastal tiles until I research shipbuilding. I think I'm going to use Valladolid to purchase some more settlers to settle these lands right down here. Especially the one with all the cocoa. There is one spot that is perfectly suitable to settle on. It's going to be right near Camagüey, but it is fine. It is a proper city-state now, so it's not going to be hostile towards me. Ada Lovelace wants a research collaboration with me? Absolutely. Land units cannot heal while embarked. All I'm wishing for now is that there is an ability that can be unlocked that will allow land units to heal while embarked. And in friendly territory. Oh, why does this missionary have to convert Knossos to Sikhism before I can convert it to Orthodoxy? Why's it gotta do this to me? Oi. Napoleon wants to hinder my civic study, but I say nay. I've got more than enough influence to reject most of the sanctions that are proposed against me. Okay, Athenae and Mycenae are fully converted to Orthodoxy. There's a hostile naval unit right near my cog. Uh-oh. Tilan Togo with its Karak. I think I could try attacking it to have it be a little weaker by the time it potentially reaches Valladolid. Though it is kind of a ways away, and I doubt it's gonna know where Valladolid is. But we did research inspiration, so that's nice. Oh, look. We got a settler coming in towards Valladolid. Though it can't settle anywhere close to it, if you don't count most of the spots on this island chain right here. I'm gonna do theology next. Okay, Sikhism rural. It gives me a little hint about where I have to use my missionary at. I'm not expecting my cog to survive this next attack from the Carrack. And there it goes. Okay, so my treasure convoy is back. It is gonna have to heal. Meanwhile, this treasure convoy can go right over here on top of the rubies. Okay, my settler is getting close to all these cacao resources. Okay, since this was previously Sikhism, that means I'm gonna have to spend another missionary charge on a rural tile in Fakatafenga, and just cut it out, Volcano. It is of nature, so I doubt it's gonna listen. Why would nature listen to anything we do, really? See, peace is being made with these civilizations. Okay, it's the wars with Ada Lovelace that are ending, so that's not really of my concern. I'm gonna have to do something about the war with Simon Bolivar. If I were to attack his civilization, then I may want to try going after Pataviam first, since it appears to be the closest to the nearest to be closest. Let me start over. If I were to attack Simon Bolivar, then I may want to start with Pataviam because it is the closest to the settlement of La Paja. Oh, he's already got 2 cogs here, so I may want to go ahead and try to fight them off with my privateer. The only problem with privateers is that they have the pirate ability, which means that they can attack and be attacked by naval units from other civilizations without having to be at war with them. Okay, shipbuilding is going to be completed in 3 turns. So that is going to be much easier to travel the high seas with, because I won't be taking any damage once it is researched. Oh, but look at all the naval units Simon Bolivar has after me. This could be a problem. Could a catapult help me out here? Oh, so the fleet commander does explain why there are so many enemy naval units near me. I'm gonna have to get some naval units from Fakatafenga as well to help me in my efforts. Ada wants a cultural exchange with me now, which I will support. Brilliant. Oh my gosh. This is definitely a potential problem. I do have a lot of gold, so I'm not going to have a whole lot of problems producing the naval units necessary to ward off Simon's fleet. I don't know how I can safely get my treasure convoys back to my homelands without the risk of them being attacked by Simon Bolivar's naval units. I'm gonna have to be pretty stealthy about it. That's for sure. But my settler has arrived on this land right now. And so, welcome to Madrid, the land of cocoa. We also get the opportunity to improve on an iron resource and a wine resource later on. but I'm gonna hold off on that until later. A letter from heaven. Explorers find a letter on the dusty roadside. It reads, "This letter hath come direct from God. If it be copied and passed along, fortune be thine. If not, curses upon thee." It looks like we're gonna... Looks like it's gonna be a while before we enter another celebration. And the option I chose barely did anything to make it happen sooner. I think what I'm gonna do next on the tech tree is castles. It would give us our first ranged units of the exploration age. I'm almost positive it is going to aid in our efforts of warding off all these naval units from Simon Bolivar. But still, I may have to do more. Okay, we can add an enhancer belief to our religion. Conversion. I think it's a little bit late for millenarianism is where conquered settlements are converted to my religion. If that's the case, then I may have to choose between Friedrich and Saida to attack, though I may lean on Saida to attack first, since her empire is closer. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go for millenarianism. Conquered settlements will be converted to my religion, and I'm noticing just now that there is a discovery right there that she has yet to get. So I am going to go ahead and get a scout so we can explore these distant lands even more. My question is, can we enter the borders of other civilizations with scouts? I know we can do it with naval units with a pirate ability, but I'm not so sure with scouts. And we unlocked Qajar to play as in the modern era. I don't know if I want to do that, given that this is my first recorded game with Isabella. I may actually want to go for Mexico as the modern age civilization to play as, since that is one of the recommended civilizations for her. I can now build some Carracks, at least, which have slightly more combat strength than all those cogs I've been using, and the privateers. The first foothold. Carracks cut the waters, bound for far-off shores, there to find adventure and to spread the banner of Isabella to lands hitherto unseen. That's a word I've never seen before. I will go forth and spread the love of empire. But since I already established a settlement in distant lands, this happens. Reports from the new town reach Isabella's eager ears. Evidence of her people's success accompanies every letter in the form of small nuggets of gold. That gives us an economic attribute point, which I will use for... I already have one alliance, so this does seem like a feasible option. It would boost our gold income per turn slightly, plus 20. Treasure convoy is going to have to go right here. Let's get another carrot going in Fakatafenga. My naval units are kind of getting pummeled right now. It doesn't look like they are within their fleet commander's radius, so that's good. Napoleon Revolutionary wants to share military aid with me. I'm accepting it for the gold. Because I can. Let's get another carrack down here. And how about we do a kiln? It's going to overbuild the market, so we'll get slightly less gold, but as I said earlier, Antiquity Age buildings will no longer provide adjacency bonuses in the Exploration Age and beyond. There's a swordsman over the discovery that I want to go ahead and get. Okay, it's past now. Let's see what's there. A master bowyer has developed a technique for shaping bows faster than anyone has ever seen. However, they have no heir and worry their methods will die with them. Finding an apprentice will cause the scout to take 50 damage, and it will give us a heavy archer. Alternatively, admiring the craftsmanship will give us plus 100 culture. I think I am going to find an apprentice. A heavy archer is a heavy archer. And it looks like we get it right on the tile we found the discovery on outright. Freshly supplied archers practice their craft as expertly crafted bows send arrows dancing across the sky. Good. Looks like we have a reason to be feared in distant lands. Okay, La Paja's gonna have to get another carrack down. Meanwhile, we have another treasure convoy produced in Valladolid. And now they're after my army commander. But not for long. I'm gonna do Colonialism Mastery next. Just for the additional settlement limit. There's 2 more discoveries I can get. I'm going after this one first. Oh, and we got a poorly timed flood. Damn it. I actually kind of find that funny too, because I think the heavy archer was worth it if we do plan on going to war with anyone in distant lands. But that means I'm gonna have to spend another 100 gold on a scout. It's worth it, though. Well, worth it. Where do you think you're going? Okay, so it looks like we have repelled the invasion coming from Simon Bolivar. Though he could still send more naval units after me. And I'm gonna have to be very wary of that. Alright, I don't think the river's gonna be flooding again, but I'm gonna have to be very cautious about when it does. Since my scout unit is getting closer to it. There we go. Another naval unit down. Madrid now has its own treasure convoy for me to send to the homelands. Yeah, that is to be expected at this point. Really. I think it would be a good idea to upgrade the units of this army commander to make them stronger. Okay, so these should all be tier 2. I may want to go for a couple of masteries while I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure, but I think I have an attribute that gets me gold for each mastery I've completed. Yep, I do. Uh-oh, oh. Simon Bolivar's traveling up here. Well, Simon Bolivar wants to end the war, but he wants to give me Patavium for some reason. I can't close out of it to check the map because it will cause the peace deal being rejected. I think I'm gonna let him keep Patavium, but we're still gonna be at peace now. It wasn't really me that started it, you know. I'm only doing it because I want my treasure convoys to make it safely back to the homelands. That's the only reason. There's not really a whole lot more I can do with my naval units at the moment. I got colonialism completed. And I think I'm gonna do bureaucracy next. It is one of the 2 civics that'll get me an additional policy slot. A dungeon would be nice to have. I'm gonna have to overbuild the villa for that. Okay, our scout has arrived. A wealthy merchant's daughter has begun experimenting with alchemy. She claims that certain stones can draw gold from seawater. So it's like a magnet. This is another scenario where my scout will be damaged if I take the topmost option. Selling the stones will give us 200 gold, which will make up for the 2 scouts I've purchased from Madrid. How far am I along the science tree? I want to say I'm about halfway, but I think that only counts if I have metallurgy and education researched. I'm gonna have to get started on one of the 2 once the feudalism mastery is completed. I think I'm gonna go ahead and take the 150 science and 45 production to Athenae, along with the 75 damage. The stones do not work as intended, drawing iron instead of gold. Useful, if not as profitable. So I was right about them being like some sort of magnet. Okay. I think that is going to about do it for this part. I have lots of treasure convoys coming towards my homelands, even if they are only worth 1 treasure fleet point. But it is going to produce a nice little lump sum of gold. And I do see potential for more wealth coming my way if I decide to settle along this island chain right here for the horses and tea resources. Plus, I still want to get some more settlements on this continent right here if I want to make more of an impact on how I am to be remembered for the actions I took in the Exploration Age. But you'll see how soon enough. For now, though, thank you everyone so much for watching, and I will see you. Bye!